My name is Sophia Walton. Based on last year's submissions, now would be the time to tell you what school I go to and what grade I'm in, but to me, those aren't important. I believe that life is not meant to be lived in one place, and the fact that I've spent the majority of my life in this place, behind a desk in the elementary, middle, high schools of the same district, is upsetting and, quite frankly, disappointing. Don't get me wrong, I know education is important, but I think learning from experience and traveling is essential to growing as a person. The knowledge stems from this later. The food issue I am speaking about today is that of animal agriculture and its pitfalls concerning the environment. In my short 17 years of life, I've been vegetarian for probably 6 or 7 years, and a few months ago I decided to go vegan. I remember watching videos from hidden cameras of animals being tortured and slaughtered for human consumption years ago, but I only recently adopted a vegan diet because our environment is deteriorating right in front of us. The concept that encapsulates basically every environmental issue is that of living sustainably. Each of us has a footprint, technically speaking, an ecological footprint per capita, which tells us, if every single person on this earth lived like you do, how many earths would we need to survive? This number is typically based on an area's carrying capacity, or the amount of things, people, animals, or crops that an area can sustain without facing environmental degradation. More developed countries, like the United States, have high footprints, around 9 or 10. That means we would need 9 or 10 planets to live, but I'm sure you don't need me to tell you we only have one. When the Earth was first photographed in its entirety is when people started to realize, if we didn't care for our planet properly, we could lose it. Unfortunately, it's been many years since the Apollo 17 mission that photographed our island in space, and we are still causing significant harm to our environment by raising livestock for human consumption. Animal agriculture causes climate change, excess and unusable chemicals, ozone layer depletion, loss of biodiversity, deforestation, water pollution, ocean acidification, and overfishing. If all of these environmental issues having a direct correlation with increased animal agriculture does not convince you that something needs to change, maybe this will. At this point in time, half of the world's population is eating too much, while the other half is not eating enough. This is because 50% of the grains and legumes cultivated go to livestock. There are people starving, and we are more concerned about feeding animals that will eventually feed some of us than we are about feeding all of us. If everyone had a vegetarian diet, we could fit 20 billion people or more on this planet and still have enough food to feed all of them, not just some of them. Imagine what having a vegan diet could do. I could go on spewing statistics and facts like how it takes 100 to 200 times more water to produce a pound of beef than it does to produce a pound of plant food, or how veganism can reduce carbon dioxide emissions by 70%. But I only have up to 4 minutes, and those numbers mean nothing to you if you don't care. But I hope you care. I hope you care about our current population, and I hope you care about the quality of the environment on Earth. And I hope you care enough to make sure our planet can sustain life for millions of years to come. If you won't go vegan to save the animals, go vegan to save mankind. Life should not be lived in one place, especially not when there are other people, other students out there, who are also passionate about making a significant change. And honestly, I don't think I've ever been more passionate about something than I am about this topic.